Good morning, my babies. Isn't this a beautiful lady? These are some beautiful pictures taken by Brian Lanker. I'll put the name at the bottom. He wasn't even a black man, but he thought black women were so beautiful that he made this big book of pictures of us in all walks of life, the famous and the ones that weren't famous. It's portraits of black women who changed America. When they're calling us all the nasty words, talking about how we wear our hair, don't accept that. We saved you, black men. Don't be afraid to open up a book. And remember, I told you, if you can't read, go to audible.com. The story's there in James Baldwin and all the great authors, present and past. The story's there in Maya Angelou. The story's there. You know the authors, and if not, I've put a great big list there for you. Look at the calmness in this sister's face. It's just like she's saying, I sit back and I wonder how I got over. We can dream, and just like Dr. King's dream, and we can have a nightmare. Right now, what's going on in Chicago is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. And no one will stop it unless we stop it. I dream a world where people will stop killing each other. Stop using war to fatten your own pockets. Because that money that you're making off of war and other people's lives will become a dynamite in your world. You know, you can sit back and you can wheel and deal. You can fire people. You can outsource. You can do all the evil things that you want to do. But Grandma told me, what goes around comes around, baby. When you dig one grave, you better dig two. Speaking of the grave, someone asked me a question about, Grandma, what would you want us to remember you as? I want you to remember me as someone who did try to help somebody. Remember that Dr. King speech? That's what I want you to remember me. Death does not frighten me. We're all going to die one day, and our spirit will go to whatever God we choose. But it's what you do here on this earth that the balance would be made, whether you're going to heaven or hell. You can sit up in church and scream and holler and shout and fatten the minister's wallet all day. And then you walk down the street and you don't even want to speak to your sister or your brother. Or you're getting on the phone before you get out of church and spreading gossip. You got to stop that. You got to want for your sister what you want for yourself. You cannot be jealous because this person has that and you don't have this. Some people have AIDS. Are you jealous because you don't have AIDS? Some people have HIV. Are you jealous because you don't have HIV? I remember it was a joke when they heard about AIDS. They said, this old lady said, aid? I want my aid. That was funny. So Grandma, want to tell you is, I know it's not going to be easy. In fact, your world is worse than the world I grew up in. Because when I grew up, it was a time that I could possibly get a job and stay on a job 30-some years if I wanted to. People didn't play games with our lives like they're doing now. If you call someone in and lay them off on the same day, they still got rent payments, car payments, food, children to take care of. That's why I tell you, limit the children and have them late. You don't want to see your children hungry and starving because you laid up with every Tom and Harry Dick. And I mean when I say Harry Dick. Tom, Dick, and Harry, but I kind of switched the words there. You know how grandma roll. So please, women, get your birth control on 100. 2013 is going to be, you think you saw something in this year. 2013 is going to be dreadful. And we as a people may not make it. But we can't blame anybody but ourselves. Take your mind off the material things. They won't matter. You saw what earthquakes can do. Everything you got can be turned into rubble, including you. You saw what the tsunamis can do. When that ocean rises up, I don't care if you're a 1,000 feet high building, you're going to topple over. I mean, people, it's not like you can say, I don't have no idea how it's going to be when tragedy hit. You do have an idea. We've all seen it. We've seen it in all parts of the world. All I have to say is I've had some, I don't know if I want to call them dreams. I've had some pretty bad nightmares. And God has put it on my heart to tell you, people, you better get ready, for a train is coming. Know that song? You don't need a ticket, you just get on board. I'm not an old lady just talking. I'm just sharing. You can keep on playing your games. You can keep on signifying, doing whatever you want to do. But people, a train's coming. Go search that song up. Another thing that was on my mind was Maya Angelou, Phenomenal Woman. Go check that out. Maya Angelou, and Still I Rise. I could say the poem, but it's on YouTube. Go back and revisit it and listen to Maya. Listen to Sister Maya. They've tried to destroy us, and now our own men are trying to destroy us. I have not went to one video so far and seen a black woman talk about a black man the way some of you black men have talked about us. And you know, you need to be pitied because you have to be mental to do that. You have to not know your history to do that. I don't have any problem with age. Age beats the alternative. I mean, kids are dying before they're born. We have coffins of all sizes. When I die, I want to leave behind this message. I'm so glad I can say it because I have so many books and journals that I have written. Not for publish. They'll be published after my death. Because I am so brutally honest that it'll probably be a hit out on me once they read my writings. But sometimes I tell you what I will do. I'll go get some of my journals. Now remember, some of them can be kind of silly because it's from a 15-year-old girl years ago. So I promise to share that with you. I'm not going to give the names. And oh yeah, you people who are concerned about me mentioning your name on here, if you ask me personal questions, rest assured, I would never do that. I just add, because the same problems you have, believe me, some other woman is having them. Some people's wondering about a job, how they going to feed their family, how they going to pay their rent. You're not by yourself. But I tell you, God will make a way, but He's also watching your actions. If you want a blessing, get into the good book and do what God has told you to do. Okay, I don't like to stay past 10, even though you all said you love it. But I know you don't have but snatches of time. And I just want to put something on your mind. And I want to tell you, I dream a world where we will be the people who will be owning the businesses, the gas stations. We, the American people. I dream a world that people will stay in their own country and work there and not come to a country. You know, America, you foreigners who are here, pretty soon you may think this is a welfare state, but it's going to be farewell. You're going to have to go back to wherever you came from, because you know you wouldn't let me come to Pakistan and open up a business or a gas station. This is not being prejudiced. This is just being for real. And you're only doing this because our government allows you to do it. I love Singapore. And do you know I can't go there and live? I have to stay here. I can visit, but I can't live and I can't work there. So just Americans, stand up for America. This is Judy, Grandma saying bye-bye. Not really bye-bye, but see you later and have a blessed day.